living in the spotlight, hit that light. No cap, no filter, we take flight. Saints on the rise, got that energy. Tune in to our podcast, feel that synergy. New Orleans pride, we never fall. Subscribe to the vibes, we bombard. Subscribe, hit that bell, join the hype train. No cap, no filter, we breaking every chain. In the heart of the city, Saints reign supreme. Live the dream, we living it clean. Yo, Payton, Camaro, run that play. Crystal lava flying, making waves every day. Take some heels, switch it up, always on the go. Cam joining the fans, putting on a show. Lil Mario retiring, bringing that heat. Shaheed's got that speed, can't accept defeat. Subscribe, hit that bell, join the hype train. No cap, no filter, we breaking every chain. In the heart of the city, Saints reign supreme. Live the dream, we living it clean. So stay tuned. Don't miss this ride with the Saints by our side, we take pride.
All right, what up, Who That Nation? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Marley G. Got my guy, It's Rainy Doe up in here with me. Man, look. I'm excited, Marlon. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I'm fired up, bro. They got me, bro. They got me. Like, I've been looking into Kellen Moore a lot more. I've been doing my research on him. I've been doing my homework on him, and I'm ready to be an optimistic fan again, bro. I'm about to go on the other side, bro. I'm about to go until I'm proven otherwise. I'm about to go back on the other side. I'm locked in. This dude had a good resume under his belt right after retiring from the NFL, from being a backup, went right into the coaching staff. Very smart guy, very X's and O's guy. Is the leadership there? That remains to be seen. But, damn good offense with Dallas, damn good offense with the Eagles. Not so much with the Chargers, but he was under Brandon Staley. We already know what type of head coach he is. We already know what type of season they had that year. But, for the most part, this dude been everywhere he went, every stop he landed, the quarterbacks did well, the offense did well, touchdowns been scored, and I hereby nominate him with his nickname, More Tuddies. And More Tuddies 2025, bro. I'm here for it. I'm ready to make the Saints football great again. I'm ready to score 30 points by halftime. I'm locked. I'm loaded. Can this guy, deliver in 2025 if he's hired? Now that's the thing. This guy is not hired. It's not set in stones. All signs are pointing to he's gonna be the hire. But if he says no, that'll be just devastating to me and a lot of other people, because all our hopes will be out the door. And we just don't want to hitch our wagon to Rizzy. Now, if that does happen, the world is not over. The world ain't gonna end. But at the same time, are we putting too much pressure on this guy? Given the all the pressure he's going to be under, and can he be Sean Payton 2.0, and can he be the Saints savior?
I think if you expecting wins, then you putting way too much pressure. Like, me personally, that's just me. I don't know how everybody else feel. I think this gonna be one of the 5 worst teams in the league. I'm like 85% confident that they're gonna be one of the 5 worst teams in the league, because we can't really spend money. And I think, like, when you're getting a guy like Kellen Moore, he can. I don't think he's staying in Philly, because the stuff that I've read that he wants to be a head coach. He was mad that he didn't get the Dallas job, and he's not one of these guys like a Joe Brady who, like, Kellen Moore wants to be a head coach now.
Okay.
So I do think that works in the Saints' favor. But even, like, Kellen Moore, he played in the league, so I do like that he played in the league, as opposed to a guy like a Joe Brady who didn't play in the league. And, like, I don't know if you're familiar with Kellen Moore in college, like Boise State. That's when they became like that, when he was the quarterback. So, but yeah, so I'm familiar with him from, like, in college, off the video game and just in general. But, like, I do like that he's a former player. They
Mm.
talk about his leadership as a player. He seemed like a quiet guy, like on the field, his on-field demeanor in his OC role.
He got a
But
little pettiness. He got a little pettiness from what Dan Ovorsky was saying.
yeah,
He was
with the tweet
yeah.
about he said Dan criticized him and he said it's like he texted me and he texted him. You talking about
Mhm.
that?
Yeah,
But
he got a
yeah,
little pettiness in him. I like that, and I like what you just said. He wants to be a head coach. Like man, he
yeah.
wants to be a leader. He want to go out there. Like Willie had that leadership dog. Well, I ain't gonna say dog, but Willie had that leadership alpha male dominant leader of men type of energy with him. That remains to be
I think
seen.
he gonna
But
have to hire a guy with him. Like you gonna have to hire a
hey,
guy. I don't know if
at
it's gonna be in year one, but I think he gonna have to hire. You looking for another guy to tag along with him?
I'm trying to make this work. I'm trying to make this work. I ain't gonna lie, Marlon. Like I'm looking at the red flags, but at the same time, I'm trying to look at the glass half full. I ain't
I
looking
have a
at it
lot of
half.
red flags. I don't have a lot of red flags with him
My
right
red
now.
flag is the leader of men. Like, can you come in a locker room? He just looked like that type of dude that can't. But my thing about that I'm trying to reel myself in. I thought the same thing about Sean Payton when we first signed him. I said, man, look at this dude. He don't look like no, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a certain look. Some dudes just got it, some dudes don't. Anthony Weaver, he got it.
He looked like he got it.
He
That's
looked
it.
like he got
He's
it.
six. He's look. I looked him up. He played. He's 6'3", 285.
Was he a
Like,
player?
yeah, he played. He was a
Was he,
defensive lineman.
see what I'm saying? When it be them defensive linemen and them tight ends and all that, that'd be you wired different.
Aaron Glenn, a small guy because he only like 5'9", but like his voice command the locker room. You can
That's what
just
I'm
tell the way
saying.
he talked.
That's what I'm saying. Like, uh Will Kellen Moore had that leadership quality with him? That remains to be seen. But like I said, we thought the same thing about Sean Payton. At least I did. I thought the same thing about Kevin O'Connell. He proved me wrong. Matt LaFleur proved me wrong. Sean McVay proved me wrong. They ain't really been winning, but I really going to contribute that to them concussions and losing. But the Dolphins head coach, he proved me wrong.
But
He could coach.
I think the difference between a lot of those guys, now Sean McVay personality got a he a alpha, but like
Yeah.
a lot
But
of those other guys,
I didn't think that when they first signed him though. Like until I
but like
started seeing his personality.
Sean McVay, grandpa is like the so he been in this football shit his whole life. His
Yeah.
grandpa a Hall of Famer, a Hall of Fame GM. So
Yeah.
like, but me, I guess you kind of I think Colin maybe he can be kind of like, or maybe Kellen Moore he can be kind of like because the Vikings coach was a former player too.
Yeah.
O'Connell, maybe
Mm-hmm.
he can be something like that. McConnell not like a temperamental guy. Now he got Brian Flores in there now, but I think if he can be the McConnell route, then that'll be the Kevin O'Connell route. That'll be like cool.
Yeah, not every guy just gonna be a Dan Campbell, you know.
Yeah,
Just as long as you real with the players, you could communicate with the players. You not no snake like
eh,
Dennis Allen.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll be all
But then
right,
like,
but
but what, like Dan Campbell though too. Dan Campbell and Mike Vrabel, they physically imposing. Like,
yeah.
so you go like, bro. Dan Campbell is 6'5", 260. Mike
Mhm.
Vrabel the same size. Like, shit, you gonna get in line when them dudes talk because like they physically imposing.
Yeah. It's a different if they talking to Demario Davis trying to get him right, then Kellen Moore talking to Demario Davis trying to get him right. And
Yeah.
Kellen Moore, like what, maybe a
Kellen
couple of
Moore
months older?
he wasn't a big quarterback. Kellen Moore 36. So I think he 8 months older than Demario.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
to be honest, with them going potentially going this route, because like I said, we still don't know. It make me feel a little more confident in like maybe them actually doing the rebuild because I wasn't really confident in them doing a rebuild, especially if it was Mike McCarthy and stuff like that. Because like with Kellen Moore, you heard what Dan Campbell or Dan Orlovsky said. He's like, I would tell Kellen that like, look, you have to have a plan here. That cap management or cap mismanagement that they have can't continue because like if he could I know it's the Philadelphia market, and that's a vicious media market over there. Like shit, you lose a game in Philly. Philly win games and it'd be an issue sometimes. You seen them playoff games? Philly beat the Packers off Jalen Hurts' first game back off the concussion in 3 weeks, and Philly beat the Packers. And you was talking about, and all you heard in the Philly media was, "Can we win a Super Bowl with this guy? Is this enough? Can we win with the quarterback throwing for 100 yards?" Like that's a vicious market over there.
They fired the Super Bowl head coach right after he won
Yeah.
the Super Bowl, not too long afterwards.
He mismanaged that situation. I ain't even
But
gonna lie.
But yeah, man, as far as the leadership go, man, like we gonna see. Like it's been coaches who got that type of demeanor who have won. Now I remember the Colts had one with the coach like that. Both of the black coaches they had, I think.
Yeah.
Tony Dungy was kind of like that. And that one they went to Super Bowl. I don't know if they won with him though. I forgot who his name was. The other black coach that they had, the Colts.
Yeah, Jim Caldwell.
Yeah, Jim Caldwell. Yeah, man, he didn't really seem like that either. But they
All
did
that,
have
all that
Peyton
rah
Manning.
rah, all
They
that
did.
rah rah temperamental stuff don't really mean nothing to me. I just think like do the players respect you? That's kind of how I see because like all that like oh he cursed him out or like a guy like a way maybe a John Gruden talked to a
Yeah,
player or no what's the he used to coach the Chiefs a long time like before Andy Reid was there. This dude named Todd Haley like the way he talked to players like that. Bro, players today not gonna respect all that cursing them out.
yeah,
So
man.
that don't really matter to me.
Especially
Just
these YNs.
yeah,
You got, and that's
yeah,
another
curse
thing. You
your
got
ass
to be
back
able to,
out.
you got to be you got to be able to relate to these guys, and that's why I wanted to go younger than an older guy. Like some people was on here talking about, oh, let's go get Pete Carroll, let's go get,
Oh, no,
uh,
hey, now I can't tell you. Pete Carroll gonna relate to some people.
Pete
Like
Carroll gonna relate. He old, but at the same time,
I
he
like
just
Pete
know.
Carroll.
But
That's
I
what.
want somebody young. I want
Yeah, but
somebody
Pete
young.
Pete Carroll would be like a Pete Carroll would be like a if you getting Pete Carroll, you getting him in to get the situation right, and you trying
Yeah,
to promote the next guy by like the fourth year. Because if you see like his contract, he got 3 years, and then the fourth year is a team option. So like they Pete Carroll really there to get them set up. Because in that division, you got Andy Reid and Mahomes. Even if Andy Reid retire in like 4 years, they still got Mahomes.
yeah,
We talking about the greatest at this point, one of the 10 greatest players ever. So we talk, or the second, he no lower than the second greatest quarterback ever. So they got Mahomes in that division. Then you got Jim Harbaugh in that division with Justin Herbert. I think Justin Herbert like the sixth best quarterback in the league. Then you got Sean Payton in that division. He I don't he ain't in my Hall of Fame, but he a Hall of Fame caliber coach, and they have a young quarterback. So with Denver, well, with the Raiders, you got to just get a coach in there to like stable everything,
mm,
get you back on track. I don't. That's not a division with them level of coaches where you can be experiment with a young guy.
yeah. You right about that. But I just wanted a youth movement. Like I wanted a young head coach. Like I wanted a young guy, innovative, offensive minded. And the offensive minded, I just feel like it's an offensive driven league. A lot of the rules are catered to the offense. You got to go put more points than the other team. So you need to go put points on the board. I'd rather have an offensive minded head coach and more often than not have to worry about the offense than have to worry about the defense. Because if we was going to go defensive minded, we could have a good season, on offense. But if the
And
offensive
lose the
coordinator,
OC.
yeah, once you lose offense coordinator, now you gotta hope you gotta replicate that all again. I'd rather have to worry about replicating the defense again and making sure the offense is stable instead of year in and year out. That's what I would rather. And then with a guy like Rizzy, just like Dan Campbell, he got to go find a Aaron Glenn again and a Ben Johnson again. Like you got to go look for two. You got to go hit lightning in the bottle 2 times every season if you have a success. Like I ain't trying to worry about that. Like if we were to go to route that we'll go with Rizzy being a special team head coach, but offensive minded, yeah, man, that he checked all the boxes. They've been saying it all week. He checks all the boxes. Offensive minded, check. Young, check. A part of that, a guy that been in the Saints building already before, check. You got everything you want.
Hasn't been in the Saints
Yeah,
building before.
yeah, it hasn't been in the
Something
Saints building.
fresh. He's something new.
I ain't gonna lie. The way, shoot, all this probably playing in our favor. All this is playing in our favor. We wanted the Ben Johnsons, we wanted the Mike Vrabels, we wanted the Aaron Glenn, but we gonna settle for a possibly Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator be the head coach. All this probably playing right in our favor. You and Brian was on the stream last time, and y'all told me Sean Payton walked in an even worse situation than what Kellen Moore is walking into right now.
Oh no, this situation way worse than 2006
I could have
or
sworn you
even
said.
Denver to me.
I could have sworn you
Nah,
said Sean was worse, unless you changing your mind.
no. I don't know if you like. I asked the question. I said, do you think that this situation for football reasons, like right now, is worse than 2006? And we all, I think we had all agreed. We said that 2006 that was more of a natural disaster, human element of where you're gonna live. But like the Saints had cap space. They had the number 2 pick in the draft. You knew you was potentially gonna bring in like a that's before the drafts got heavy on the QBs. You knew you was gonna bring in like a player like Reggie Bush that everybody knew. Everybody knew Reggie Bush. That sell tickets. Like you knew that was coming. This situation to me, this time completely different. Like I think this is a harder climb out for football reasons, in my opinion. So like I'm a I'm gonna be patient with the guy. Like this ain't no situation for me where I'm like, oh, I'm
That
expecting them to win.
Super Saints fans say this is not worse than 2006.
Oh,
2006, I don't.
this is
It's kind of
I
hard for me to
strongly
remember that
disagree with
roster,
them.
but I
Same here.
remember Drew Brees. Drew Brees was a pretty okay. Let me think of a comparison to Drew Brees. Who Drew Brees is right now when he was with the Chargers? Who's a Drew Brees right
Damn.
now?
Let me come up with it.
But whoever that is, he was coming off that shoulder injury. We did not think Drew Brees was going to be like that. We
Let me
did not
see.
think we was going to go to the NFC Championship with that damn roster.
I'm trying to think. Let me just think of what's
I'm
Drew
excited.
Brees. He became a good quarterback. He became like a. Let me
Look at that.
see.
Mick Swagger say Jared Goff.
I don't think he was Jared Goff.
Okay, well,
Trying to go shit.
he was a
It's like a mix. It's like a mix of multiple quarterbacks. It's a mix of like Jared Goff. It's a mix of like Brock Purdy. It's like them caliber QBs.
okay. Yeah, man. He said Phillip Rivers. We talking about somebody today, but at the end of the day, we did not think Drew Brees was going to come and be who he was today. So Sean Payton walking into that situation, and you got Kellen Moore walking into this situation. If Kellen Moore come up in here and do what he got to do, get that offense right, more tutties, shoot, that's all I'm gonna care about.
I guess I'm more talking about like this roster is kind of stuck as is for at least this year and part of next year.
Look, even if we don't get the wins, what you got us going? Like
Me?
just off the top of your head, what you got us going?
Me?
5 wins.
I got 4-13.
All right, 4-13. Even if we were to go 5-12, man. If the defense out there sucking more than the offense and Kellen Moore, we losing, which is on him, but at the same time that offense looking good. Like if we just ain't solely blaming the offense, especially let's just say Derek Carr don't be the starter, and let's just say we moved on from Derek Carr, we gonna eat the cap. Let's just say we running with Jackson Dart, Jalen Milroe, or Spence Rattler. Or somebody.
Shit, that's horrible.
We're gonna get to that next. Let's just say we rolling with one of them 3, and they taking their lumps. They learning a new offense, but the defense just bad that year. I'll be fine with that. Dan Campbell first year, they didn't do shit. So, let's go ahead on and get into that though. It's been a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors, a lot of talk. I don't know where this even come from. Everybody just saying that, Jackson Dart will be good for Kellen Moore, but Kellen Moore never said none of this himself. They just trying to pair him with somebody. Out of Jackson Dart and Milroe, who you think would be a better fit for this offense that Kellen Moore like to run?
None of them.
He could. He's multi. He coached multi different styles of quarterback. He did it with Cooper Rush. He did it with Dak Prescott, they was like leading the league in touchdowns. He did it with Justin Herbert and he did it with Jalen Hurts. So he could go from a Derek Carr to a Spence Rattler to a Milrow to a Jackson Dart if he need to. I ain't worried about nothing. So you say you
None
don't
of
want
them.
neither of them. What's
None
wrong?
of them.
What's wrong with
They
Dart
not
to you?
good, bro. They
What's wrong
not.
with
That
Dart?
dude is like
Let,
a. That
us
dude
go
is
with
like
Dart
a.
first. What's wrong with Dart, and then get to Milrow? What's
That's a
these signs?
college. That's a college quarterback. That's like a middle round pick. Like it's like teams thirsting for like Kenny Pickett again. Like they college players. Kenny Pickett tricked people because he did that shit in his senior year as a red shirt after like not being good. I'm not saying Jackson Dart not a good college player, but like it's just I think fans way too horny for a quarterback.
So
Me personally,
you got more faith in Snake.
I don't have faith in Spencer Rattler, but I just want to try it. Like you don't. It's this a process, bro.
Well, I'm
Like
saying you got more faith in Snake than those two guys.
I felt like last year was the year to get you a quarterback if you wanted to get you a quarterback that had a talent or a trait. With Spencer, it's the arm that you wanted to a young quarterback that you wanted to build upon and potentially play in 2025 if things went off the rails in 2024. I view that as Spencer Rattler, me personally. Now, do I think Spencer Rattler's a franchise quarterback? No. Fuck no. I never thought he was. Do I like view him as the like the agenda? That don't bother me though. But like some people when you say the word agenda, they get like legitimately mad. It's people that never seen a young quarterback just wanting to have a young quarterback. So I don't really care if they call him like the agenda and all that. But I want to see him play next year because that is the best avenue. Either he is good or either he is not. You win either way because you either gonna get a high draft pick or you're gonna have a quarterback that's good. That's what I put my eggs in. And I think overall the team just not good. They can't draft a quarterback. First of all, this ain't the quarterback draft. This draft, this QB draft is like that 2022 draft for me personally with the quarterbacks. I'm not even the biggest Cam and Shador Sanders fan. I'm like for real, I'm not like the biggest fans in them. Jackson Dart, he did improve this year. If you ask me to pick one, I'll probably pick him over Milrow. Milrow, he just athletic, man. Like he can run, but he can't do quarterback shit. Like I think if
Can he be our
Milrow
Taysom? Can he be our new Taysom Hill? That's
I
what
don't want a
everybody.
new I don't want a new Taysom Hill. When Taysom Hill off the team, it need to be gone. That whole role because they need to start getting actual players. I think that's one of my biggest gripes. I've been saying on the TL for like a long time. I don't think the Saints know how to build a team as far as like a skill position group. I think like they've been penny pinching on picks. Like we drafted one receiver and these receivers coming into the league good. We drafted like one of them high. Then like you're not putting any investment in the tight end. You're not building out the whole wide receiver room. Like when you lose, Michael Thomas obviously wasn't the same player. Like on Michael Thomas was washed last year, but he's a respectable player and he have like his body type provides a role. Like he's a big body target. So he'll help a guy like a Chris Olave because I don't have to run Chris Olave through the middle, who's a smaller guy, who's a more of a elite separator with down the field speed and route runner. But when you have that, you let Michael Thomas go, understandably, it was time to go. You replaced him with Cedric Wilson. Then you took the only big body target at receiver with potential and A.T. Perry, and you let the coach not like him and cut him, and you added nothing to it. Like when you either need a big body target when you got a Chris Olave opposite of him, or you need an elite tight end. Now they almost had a chance at Brock Bowers, who probably the second overall. To me, he the second best tight end in the league. Think George Kittle number one, but he the George Kittle. I mean, Brock Bowers is like a Hall of Fame level talent. But when you have like a Chris Olave, you want that type of you want that either a tight end or even if it's not, it don't have to be an elite receiver. But even if it's just like a guy that turned into Cortland Sutton, that type of body type opposite, and like they just didn't do it. So like I think they got to start instead of them, they got to start building out an actual team. And I think Taysom, his career almost over. Like this, either he not gonna be on the Saints or this is last year with the Saints. But like I think they got to start building out like a real like a room, like you getting you a real tight end, get real receivers instead of them going to the oh well we got Taysom he the Joker. Like nah, build the actual room.
Should we give Chris Olave his 5th-year option?
Yeah, hell yeah. If you not picking up that option is stupid. Like because that take away even the potential trade stuff. That take away value off a trade. Like you want him on the 5th-year option, and he clearly a deserving player of the 5th-year option. The only issue on him at this point is long-term contract because of the concussion thing. But you pick his 5th-year option up with ease. Now you decline Penny, but I haven't. I've never been a Penny fan, but I haven't. I watched him play this year, and I consider Penning a starter on the offense. Now, you obviously look to upgrade that position, but he didn't play bad enough to where I'm like, oh, I have to get a guy. Like, I have to go get a right tackle in the first round. Because me personally, I think we need a left guard more than a tackle, than a
Yeah.
right tackle.
Speaking of the trenches, I think Chase Young said he's interested in signing back with the team. I think I seen that news not too long ago.
Yeah, yeah, I
Correct me
seen
if
that
I'm
on one of
wrong.
those fan pages.
Do you think we should re-sign Chase Young?
Um, Not really. It don't matter. I'm like indifferent. If they do, it would only be for me personally. It'll be a 1 year deal.
Sure, they lucky
I
I'm
would,
not. They lucky
I
I ain't
would
the
get,
GM, boy.
yeah, but I wouldn't. I don't really care. I'd rather get the comp pick.
Sure, I'll be
Yeah,
the special man, boy. They can let them have it. They can have
yeah,
everybody, me, boy.
yeah. I guess the more and more, but I do think if I want to put it like this, I think Chase Young and Jawine have a better chance of being re-signed. And I don't have confidence in Chase Young being re-signed because of how many other teams have cap space, and he was a defensive rookie of the year and the number 2 pick. So I don't have like I'm like 10% chance they sign Chase Young, but I have a higher confidence in that than Paulson and Debo being re-signed. That shit ain't happening. I've been telling fans that for a while. That's
Yeah,
not happening.
that injury right there.
It I don't
Plus,
even think it's the injury. I think it's kind of the injury. He going so like what I'm saying is I told somebody I said, peep this from Paulson and Debo angle. The Saints don't have a good defense. Paulson and Debo gonna have to take a 1 year deal.
mm,
A lot of if you look at Paulson Debo ball production, like when he has interceptions, picks, and forced turnovers, a lot of that production happened in games that Lattimore played. So
mm,
Paulson and Debo gonna look at it and he gonna go, all right, I'm gonna look at this Saints defense. I'm about to take a 1 year deal. I do think he put up enough film to take. He can get a 1 year deal, say 5 million with up to 8 million guaranteed, like up to 8 million. So like he get 5 million guaranteed and like 3 incentives. I think another team can provide that, and he's like they're gonna say ball out, hit the market next year after you ball out and stay healthy. So I do think that's the type of deal that he's looking at. But a lot of his ball production came in games that Lattimore played. Lattimore not there no more. Then you're gonna look at the front seven. The Saints defensive front is garbage. Like that shit is ass. They played that front four, the defensive tackles and DNs, all them dudes stayed healthy. They don't get good pressure. They don't
mm,
affect the quarterback. You get more plays, you have more opportunities on the ball when you playing with a front four that's good. So I think a guy like a Debo gonna go to he gonna go to a place like the Rams on a 1 year deal that they need a corner. They front four vicious. They need a corner for a year. Or a team like the Jets take a 1 year deal, play opposite of Sauce Gardner. DJ Reed about to lead the Jets. He made a whole bunch of money playing opposite of Sauce Gardner he gonna take a type of deal like that. And I don't think the Saints can provide that opportunity. And I think he can get more money too from another team, even on the 1 year.
mm. Yeah, man. You spoke on Marshawn Lattimore, man. Poor Marshawn Lattimore, man.
My guy hurt,
I hate
man.
it. I hate it had to be him, but yeah, looking like we won on that deal right there. But um, I know it's a lot of DC people, man. Just know this guy was better than that, y'all.
Yeah,
Whatever DC people y'all listening to this, if this come across y'all, this man is better than that, bro. The hamstring
yeah.
he got to him. I know
I
they
gotta.
probably looking at him the same way we was looking at Brandon Browner when he
No,
signed.
hey, we ain't. I ain't going that far. I ain't going that far.
Hey, I didn't see some hate. I didn't see some hate
Man,
on
I didn't see it too. I
Commanders
didn't see
Twitter.
it too. I was telling my boy, I was like, he a Commanders fan. I'm like, look, I said, man, he when my son got hurt or he got traded, people thought that he was like doing that Devontae Adams shit. And I'm like, nah, I think he might be really hurt because like if you pay attention, he left the first game of the season. He left that game against Denver with a hamstring. He left the next game, his last game with the Saints, that Chargers game with the hamstring. So, and then that hamstring he came into the league with two, like the highest grade, like the highest grade tear on each hamstring. So, like both of the hamstrings surgically repaired. He
Mm,
actually, surprisingly, this was the first year he missed games with the Saints because of the hamstring. The other stuff was like he suffered like I think he had a concussion, the kidney shit from last year, and like ankle sprains. But like this is the first time he got hurt with the hammy. But it just all came and like it all his technique, that shit was like he was playing not to get beat. It felt like I was watching like one of them. I ain't gonna go Brandon Browner, but it felt like I was watching one of them old Saints DBs, like a Corey White.
mm,
He played good for 2 games for him for the Commanders. But the
mm,
games that they needed him for, the ones they traded for him for, the first Eagles game, I would say he played. It wasn't as bad. I thought some of them. I thought one of them PI calls was a bad call because AJ Brown had like grabbed his collar and threw it and pulled him into him. But like this playoff game, that game against the Bucks, really that game against the Bucks was the worst to me. I thought that was
mm.
like some of the worst games he played. But like
Boy, I said
I
Corey
think
White.
I think them CB1 days
Mm,
is over. But and he gets CB1 money from him this year, but they can cut him, but I don't think they're not gonna cut him because they're gonna let him get healthy. But like I think at this point, you trying to be like a vert for him personally, you should try to be like, and I always thought this is his comp as a player too. You should try to be like what Darius Slay is in Philly. Like, but they gonna need how they got that Mikey kid, but he's still a small guy. They gonna need somebody opposite, like how Philly got that Quinion Mitchell dude. Quinion Mitchell drafted comp 27 for the Eagles was actually Lattimore. That was his comp as a player. Like they gonna have to add something like that because I don't think that he can be like your number one guy. Like if I say, "Oh, look, all right, we're going to get in a man situation. I'm gonna need you to follow AJ Brown." I don't think his body gonna allow that no more.
mm. Boy, I said Corey White. Boy, I remember them days. Corey
I
White, Brandon
I don't want to
Brown,
disrespect him that much
Jason
because
David,
yeah, I just think it was rough. It was rough. I ain't selling stock on
Patrick
him though.
Robinson.
That's my guy. Hey, Patrick Robinson in Philly was cold though.
We got Justin Cash says who should be the Saints? Who should the Saints bring in for defensive coordinator? I guess who would you like to see us go get
I,
at our defensive coordinator spot?
I don't really know, man. I hope it's not I hope it's not what's the guy name? Brandon Staley? I hope it's not him.
Oh man, hell no! I hope it, man.
Well,
No,
you know what I'm saying? That they coached with each other last year, like and we the last that's this is the one thing where I'm saying the Saints need to lean into being the worst team in the league next year. Like they need to just lean into it potentially. Because like, bro, they had a disadvantage with everything. We last on the staff. Like you dudes scouting the East West Shrine Bowl and the Senior Bowl. You don't know what Kellen Moore won on his team. Like it's kind of they just lean into it. Like and I'm not telling you to go intentionally tank, but just lean into it. Like this is the year to. I got a tweet I'm gonna send eventually about what I would do before free agency start, as far as like the restructures. But like just eat the cap on a lot of players.
hey man, the chat going crazy, dog. They got T Dirty said, "Boy, Corey White kept my pressure sitting there in a guy kitchen sink." Jerry G said, "May I direct your attention to Fred Toast Thomas?" See,
Fred
barely
Thomas had
said.
one year that wasn't bad.
Man, I used to
He got
hate
a
that
son that
dude. Man, I used to hate that dude.
he got a son that was a high recruit that go to LSU now.
I used to hate all them dudes, boy. That was one thing about the Saints back then, boy. You know you was gonna be having fun on watching that offense, but that defense, boy, them cornerbacks, boy, Lord have mercy. God. But dog, you knew they were about to get burnt. You all you could hope for was a fluky turnover, like
Mhm.
somebody just drop the ball and then somebody the safety just right there to pick it off. That was all you could hope for. Jason Kraft, I remember all them dudes. Oh, they got on my nerves. Brandon Brown out there running with them Fat Joe legs. I remember we signed Jason David. Dude was getting cooked. Boy brought up Champ Bailey. Oh boy, you know we was down bad, boy. You know we was down bad. Yeah, man. What about Payton Turner, man? Resign him or no?
I mean, if it's like a little bit over, um, like I mean, if it's $2 million or less, I probably would because they're gonna need the bodies.
Well, I
So
think when they're a first round pick and you do the fifth round, I think you gotta give them like
he didn't get
major.
a 5th year option. He didn't get his 5th year option. He a straight up free agent.
Okay. Well, like even with Penning and Olave, we resigned them. I
Oh,
think we gotta get like the lead.
Penny Penny 5th year option is more than Olave. So that make it a fuck no on him for me. Like he not even a fifth. He don't even play like a 5th year option pickup
How his stuff more than Olave when Olave
because
had
of his
1,000
position.
yards.
His position, the position that he played is why it's more. And Olave never made a Pro Bowl.
Brought up Stanley
If
Gene.
he made up like I think he was an alternate. If he had got that alternate tag, so like all those first round wide receivers that's good, like Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Drake London, um, Jameson Williams, they 5th year option all the same because none of them never made like a Pro Bowl. So they all at 16 million. So Trevor Penning actually would get more money on a 5th year option if it was picked up than all of them guys.
Mm. If y'all like the content, go ahead on and hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead on and subscribe. I'm gonna go ahead on and put the link down in the chat if anybody want to come chat with us for a little bit. Feel free to come give your thoughts and opinions on more Tuddies 2025. I'm officially endorsing it. Kellen Moore nickname, more Tuddies. That's what we're gonna need up in the dome again. Make the Saints great again. 30 points by halftime again. We need it. Last year, a lot of Saints fans were just envisioning that 49ers offense when we signed Clint Kubiak. It was just human nature. You just envisioning Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, McCaffrey. You just envisioning all those schemes they were running. You envision it on the Saints. Now, fast forward, we got Kellen Moore, offensive whiz kid. Even though in that third game that we had against them, week 3, when we played Philadelphia, he was getting on my goddamn nerves. Him and what his name is, Clint Kubiak. They were just like playing hot potato with the win. No, you win the game. No, you win the game. Dog, that game was a poorly called game, in my opinion. I don't care what
What
nobody.
game? What game you talking about?
When we played the Eagles.
I don't
And
think I truthfully think the Eagles just turned the ball over. Them niggas had 500 yards on us. Like they were supposed to whoop our ass that game. To be honest,
I don't know. Some of them plays, I just felt like, man, why is you doing this when you could just run the ball with Saquon? It was a lot. I know. I remember just saying to myself, why would you do this play call? Why would you do that play call? I don't think they're gonna go nowhere with Kellen Moore. Fast forward, they in a Super Bowl, and it's the dude who I want to be our head coach.
and look
Funny how
after
things
that they
play out.
leaned. After that they had played the Bucks the next week, and they had people hurt too. Like so, that, like they was missing Lane Johnson and AJ Brown, but like after that bye, they came because they had the bye next. They just came back and they said, "All right, this Saquon team, and we about to switch this up to a Saquon offense," and that's how they went.
Um. So, let me see. I think I lost my train of thought. I'll get back to it. We're gonna get to this question from Justin Cash. Moore should bring in his Eagle D line coach to be the DC thoughts.
I mean, I'm not sure who the Eagles defensive or Eagles D line coach is.
I know
Um,
I would like the Rams defensive coordinator. That's what I want.
or
That
what
boy,
a guy Pleasant.
yeah, that
To
boy.
be honest, man, look, we need to start hiring some minorities like at coordinator spots, bro. That's how them other teams. That's how them dudes getting them. They getting like the third round picks if them guys succeed and become head coaches. Like we need to start doing that. I
Mm,
I've been saying that for like 2 years because I watched the 49ers. They even got like eight third round picks off doing shit like that. They made D'Amico Ryans the OC or the DC. Then they switched D'Amico Ryans to whatchamacallit. They switched D'Amico Ryans to the or they went from Saleh to D'Amico Ryans, but he Muslim. So you getting two third round picks for them dudes. Like shit, we need to start doing that. The only time we did it is when Terry Fontenot left and we got the two thirds. But like we need to start putting minorities in positions because like that. And if they succeed, like you get something. Like if a guy in your front office become a GM, like we need that to start happening.
mhm.
You got to start like taking advantage of it.
Yeah, man, that's a good point right there. I ain't know you get those little benefits, but
Yeah, they got to be with your team at least 2 years.
hmm. Well, yeah, I regained my train of thought. So, yeah, man, a lot of fans, we were just envisioning that 49ers offense, thinking it's going to, resonate with us and, be like a, replica. We could be like a replica of what they did. Now, Clint, Kellen Moore, more Tuddies. Shoot, we looking at that Eagles offense. You got Jalen Hurts. You
We
got that
far
boy,
away.
Saquon Barkley. A lot of people still feeling like AK got something left in the tank. A lot of people feel like Miller got something to prove if he could stay healthy. He's
Kendrick
still
Miller
gonna
can't
have
do
a
shit for me.
he's still gonna have a Taysom Hill, you know.
I don't. I ain't gonna say we're gonna have Taysom Hill. I think he's gonna
Okay.
be on the team, but like I ain't looking at him as no contributor like that. I just look at him like a joker at this
Well,
point because like
I'm just saying
I'm just saying he tore that knee. He tore that
if
knee good, bro.
if if Kellen Moore, this offensive whiz kid, he'll find a spot for him. And on top of that, Taysom Hill just tough as nails. He could come back from any injury. He like the goddamn Deadpool or Wolverine. But shoot, human nature. You think people should be envisioning that Eagle offense to be a replication
Hell
of what we
no,
could do?
hell no, because
All we got, all we gotta do is go get a big body.
That Eagles offense got full dudes on their offense that can put out a strong claim of I'm the best in the league at this position. Full. They got it at running back.
Okay,
AJ Brown
AK.
is AJ AK ain't close to being what Saquon Barkley is. Not close.
He just
If
ain't
you
got the
put
home run factor. He ain't got the home
man,
run factor.
time out, Maul. Put AK and put AK and Philly. Them niggas was losing the first game. I'm telling you, they wouldn't have won one playoff. They may have won one. Put them in Philly and they played that Rams game when it was snowing. Man, them niggas would have lost.
Hmm.
He ain't Elvin ain't breaking two long runs like that. He not running for 226 yards on nobody.
Okay,
So
well, you got
so but he a good look, I respect AK. He a Saints legend. He going to Ring of Honor. We just gotta be honest about him in this state that he in right now. He's still a good player, but he ain't that. And then all right, we go to AJ Brown. AJ Brown is the third best receiver in the league to me. I got Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase over him. But it's stuff that AJ Brown can do that only like Jamar Chase, that even Justin Jefferson can't. So we don't have that. Then you got George Mailata, they left tackle. He no longer
Fuaga.
like the Fuaga good. Fuaga ain't there. He ain't there yet. But Fuaga is good. We still gotta let him grow. But Fuaga good. I'm gonna give Fuaga his due. He a good player. He a good young player. But Jordan Mailata, we talking about first team All Pro, like he made second team All Pro because he got hurt. But we talking about that level. He ain't there yet. Then you got Lane Johnson on the other side. He going to the Hall of Fame. Now Eric McCoy is really good. Chris Olave and Devontae Smith damn near like the same thing. So you have some things that work, but like we don't got they offensive setup at all. It did. Oh, Dallas got there. Dallas go there is basically he one of the few tight ends in the league. He can take a jet sweep. He can be a great receiver. He can block. He one of the
Trust me,
few
trust
do
me.
it all.
I know what he can do off a jet sweep.
Derek, bro, Dallas Goddard is good. Is like really good. The only thing is he gonna miss 5 games a year because he played physical. But we don't. They got like 5 players that we just don't have. So and then really I'm a count Fuaga with my ladder. They left guard really good. The dude that was playing with like the hurt knee, he really good. Like the worst player on their line was a first round bust that switched the guards and the dude Becton. Like they just got stuff that we don't have personally. So
Jalen
I'm
Hurts,
not.
we gonna sign Milrow.
Jalen Milrow sucked, bro.
What's the difference between Jalen Hurts and Milrow? What's the difference?
Playing quarterback. He can't do shit. He can't. The dude can't play quarterback, bro. Like I know people like him. He a good kid. He answered questions great. I wanted to like him. I was thinking Jalen Moore coming to this year. I'm like, bro, if Jalen Hurts just improve as a QB and he getting a good quarterback coach because he getting a dude that coach Michael Penix at
Okay,
as his head coach.
what's the
Bro,
difference
he
between
just
Jackson and Hurts? Then we can get Jackson.
Jackson Dart ain't that Jackson Dart a college player, bro. He like a bigger Matt Corral.
Well,
I don't think a lot of these quarterbacks good, bro. I think this is a bad QB class, and we just got to build up the roster, and then we
we go
can
get
think
our
about a quarterback next
we go
year.
get our we go get our Jalen Hurts, our Bo Nix, man. I still got faith in Snake. What's up, Jerry?
Hey, what's up?
What's
What's
up?
up, man?
What's your thoughts on more Tuddies 2025, man? What's your thoughts on Kellen Moore?
All I can say is Molly G and Marlon, go for more. That's all I can say.
That's a good one too.
Okay.
Go for more.
Okay.
But look, y'all, my people in the chat reminiscing on all these cornerbacks.
That's crazy. Like that's crazy. Like we can name all them names, and the only good one we can name is Lattimore. That's why everybody be talking about Lattimore. Shoot, that man was the only elite cornerback we ever had. I think the only
Man,
person close to Lattimore was what's that dude name, man? Jabari
Jabari
Grill.
Greer.
Yep,
Bargrid.
the only one close to Lattimore to me, and he ain't
Man.
from Lattimore.
You had to reach way back in the early 2000s, man. And I mentioned Fred Toast Thomas, Jason Burnt Davis,
Thought you were about to say
Brand-
Mike McKenzie.
Tony Brown, Corey White, Stanley, John Batiste. I'm like, yeah, buddy. Look. Shout out to TJ Jones on the State of the State podcast. He said it best. Smoke like a brisket, burnt like biscuit.
Mm.
Up and down the field.
So Jerry, let me ask you, what quarterback you leaning towards? Like who you hope could pair with more Tuddies in 2025? Like you like Snake, you like Jake Hanna, you like Derek Carr, you like somebody out the draft. Who you leaning towards?
I'm gonna go with that rookie. I'm tired of looking at car, bro.
So you talking about Rattler?
Yep.
Right. Okay.
That's where I'm at. I'm just rather where we just look. I'm not about to go like say I'm about to go invest in Rattler like he like Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels, but I'd rather see him play than us go invest in one of these quarterbacks they just not it. Like I said, our fans just so horny for a quarterback, which I am too. But you gotta know how to like refrain from everything. You don't just go into it. Like you gotta refrain. You don't make no bad decision.
All right, we got three little things we could get at in this comment section. If y'all got any questions, y'all go ahead on and write it down in the comment section. We could get to it before we get up out of here soon.
I do have a question, Molly and Marlon.
Go ahead.
You say we number 9 on the in the draft, right?
Yeah.
on y'all thoughts and opinion, who do you think should go at number 9? Because I was looking at the Senior Bowl practices in the last couple of days, and I really like some of them guys that I see in there. I like that Betch kid, Jack Betch, the wide receiver.
He like a third round pick.
Yeah, but I saw the interview and some of the highlights he did. I mean, that is I said that. I said, damn, that boy good.
At number 9, I would like to go with the raw receiver T Mac, or I would like to go like if he's on the board, maybe a Mason Graham. That's what I want, or Abdul Carter. Like I want one of them 3 dudes. That's my top
Now,
picks.
that name right
Yep.
there, Mason.
My
What position he play?
who? What position who
Offensive,
play? What player?
huh? Huh?
What player are you talking about?
Graham, Mason
Oh,
Graham.
Graham is a defensive tackle. Me
Okay.
personally, I want I want Abdul Carter. That ain't happening because he might go number 1 now. I want Mason Graham,
Top
um,
5.
Will Johnson, the corner from Michigan. I would want him. T Mac, because T Mac his fit. I don't think T Mac is a better like receiving prospect as some of these guys, like
Hold
past
on, hold
guys.
on, hold on. Jerry, you on speaker?
Nah, yeah, I'm on speaker. Hold on, I'll mute for a minute.
Well, now you ain't got to mute. Just take it off speakers. I think it's an echo when you got to speak on.
Yeah, you just probably hear something in the background. I mean, that's on me.
It's good now. Go ahead, Marlon.
But I would want Abdul will be 1, but that ain't happening. Mason Graham I'll give it like a 15% chance. Will Johnson, I'm gonna probably go 50. T Mac, I'll probably go like 30% chance. But like I would probably go, it's really I think this is a draft. This is a draft right here where like it ain't a lot of true first round picks. Luckily, we got a spot. They said it's like 10 to 12 true first round guys. Luckily, we in a spot where we can get one of those true first round guys. So like I do think we're gonna get a good talent. T Mac is I like T Mac because he fit like specifically, he fit perfectly with like Olave. Like that, it's a seamless fit. What he struggled with, Olave good at. His size is the stuff that Olave don't have. Like his size and he's 6'4", 6'5". Now he a slim 6'5", or he a slim 6'4", but like it's a fit that you just see it. So I would like to go that route if possible, but um, I would say Will Campbell is a good player. I know I kind of got the hesitation because I think he could potentially play guard, but one of my friends he brought up a good point that I kind of had to like consider. These guards getting paid like $25 million. Like the guard from Kansas City, that black dude Trey Smith, he gonna hit free agency. He gonna get like $24 million this year. That's like left tackle money. That's like elite tackle money. So I can't truly discriminate against Will Campbell because I know Will Campbell just gonna be a good player. Like I know he might be say if he Jake Matthews as a left tackle, the Falcons left tackle. Jake Matthews been a left tackle for he going into his 12th year next year and he been a starter for 12 years and just good. But he might be like an all Pro Bowl guy as a guard. Like so I can't just discriminate against him because he a guard. Um I know one pick I don't want, and I know people have been bringing it up because they went to the same school. This team shouldn't be drafting Ashton Genty at the top 10. That's a fucking awful pick
Yeah,
because
man.
they not ready. When you got a running back, when you taking a running back, your offensive line got to be ready. Like even when they took Zeke Elliott, they offensive when Dallas took Zeke Elliott, he was going into an offense that had 3 of the best players at their position on the line already. When I'm trying to think who else. Like Detroit, when they took Gibbs, that offensive line was one of the best in the league. Even the Falcons offensive line when they took Bijan. Now the Falcons didn't have a quarterback, but that offensive line was good. It was really good. Like so when you take a running back, you got to be ready to support that. We got an offensive line where the right guard is below average, the right tackle is below average, the center is great, but he get hurt a lot, and the left tackle good, and you don't have a left guard. If the Saints had 4 guys on the offensive line you was confident in, you can sell me on Ashton Genty at 9. But since we don't, I can't do that. We got to get it's just because there's so many running backs in this draft. I just can't take him at 9. And his talent overall, to me, he a great player, but he not. I don't consider him a better prospect than Bijan, Gibbs, and he damn sure ain't Saquon, and he wouldn't do what Saquon would do in this Saints offense. Because and we seen it with Saquon. Never Saquon never had a year like this in New York. Now he had an all pro year and another good year, but he never had a year
Right.
like this in New York. That so it gotta we not ready for a running back in the first round at that spot.
Got another question from Justin Cash. I guess that answered your question, but for the Genty and Mason Graham at 9 pick, Justin. But Justin, other question is Saints need to go after Mekhi Becton in free agency for the left guard spot.
He playing right guard right now, so I don't know if he gonna want to switch.
What team he
Because
play
to
for?
be honest, he played for the
Yeah.
Eagles. He better than Ruiz. I'm not switching my position again for the third time. And I'm gonna be honest. You said that was Justin Cash that asked that.
Yeah.
The Saints ain't really gonna be able to bring in a lot of free agents yet, especially if they choose because this one of them jobs where you got to choose a route. Either you was restructuring, either you was restructuring Honey Badger, Demario, and working out a pay cut with Taysom and Cam, or you was to move off Carr, or you was letting all 4 of them getting off all 4 of them and restructuring Carr. But either way, we ain't gonna be able to we ain't gonna be able to sign free agents of value. So like that's what I think a lot of fans gonna have to like realize. Like that's why I'm telling a lot of people the people who we bringing in really gonna be the draft picks. Like we ain't gonna be able to sign a lot of free agents. It's gonna be a lot of vet minimum guys or guys slightly above vet minimum. Like I say, a guy he a free agent. He played here though. Like Will Harris. Will Harris probably assigned with the Saints for like he signed for the vet minimum last year. He might get like 2.5 million this year. Like that's where we at for right now. At least in 2025, we ain't gonna be able to start spending no real money really until like 2027. But next year they can probably go in on one free agent, but like we won't be able to spend big money on probably anybody.
Mick Swagger says if we get more, maybe we can poach a couple of offensive gems that's hidden off the Philly practice squad.
Mm. They got a lot of them dudes on the contract. A lot of them guys.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So I don't really think they got a lot of people. Like I'm trying the free agents off Philly offense, like the backup running back game well. I don't want to sign another running back.
Hmm.
I rather we need to draft a guy, but like it's him and like Becton, and I think Becton might be priced out.
Mm. Well, I mean, so would your how would your expectations? And I'm asking both of y'all this, Jerry and Marlon. How would your expectations of Kellen Moore, Tuddies Moore, coming to New Orleans? How would your expectations of him change if the Eagles go out there and dog walk Patrick Mahomes and them? I'm talking about the offense went out there and put up 38. And the offense just looking very smooth. Like, would you have that much more confidence in Kellen Moore just coming out here and just working wonders?
Not really, because I mean
Absolutely.
I think the proof already in the pudding. Like I
But
think
the Chiefs have a good defense. People are sleeping on Chiefs defense.
I think the
Like,
Chiefs defense do got some holes that some teams can't exploit that I
Yeah,
think a
they
team
do.
like Philly can exploit. Bro, Philly, imagine you got a team so good, your quarterback is like probably like the 10th, 11th best quarterback in the league, and he the only guy on the offense that's considered a liability. Like that's how good their offense is. They wide receiving core perfect because it's like third best wide receiver in the league. and like a dude that will be a wide receiver one on a good amount of teams.
Hmm.
Maybe not elite, but come on, Devontae Smith got a Heisman. Like we know what he is. Your tight end, very good, borderline elite when he healthy. Your running back, best in the league. Your offensive line, best in the league. Like the quarterback is the biggest liability on the team, and he like the 10th, 11th best quarterback in the league. Like they don't have a flaw.
And
So
he know how to win. Like I like
yeah,
quarterbacks that could go out there and carve you up, but at the same time, if you give me a winner, I'll take it. What about you, Jerry? Like, would you have that much more confidence if let's just say we were to land Kellen Moore, more Tuddies. If they go out there and dog walk the Eagles, you feeling that much more confidence in a guy? Like you ain't even worried about the pressure he gonna have on his back.
I think Kellen gonna be all right. I mean, if those Joker, if they put up 55 like they did against Washington,
Boy, if they put up 55,
ah,
if they put up
I'm
55,
just saying, bro. You saw what happened.
nobody gonna better tell me nothing. I'm gonna be the most optimistic fan. I'm gonna be worse than Q. If they put up
Oh
55 on the
Lord,
Chiefs, you gotta play
yeah,
you gotta play Mahomes, you gotta play Taylor Swift, you gotta play
man.
uh
No,
Andy Reid
I tell you like
and a
this.
ref.
You got to play the mayor couple. You got to play the whole freaking squad because I'll be honest with you. The Bills should have won that game. I mean, because they were running up and down the field. But what happened? Them zebras, like always, come out and bail the Chiefs out. It's like they
Who
husband and wife out there, bro. It's ridiculous.
who you wanted before Kellen Moore got all his buzz? Jerry, was you looking at Aaron Glenn? Were you looking at Joe Brady?
Yeah, I was, but now that Brady stayed with the Bills and Glenn signed with the Jets. I mean, I was looking for them to come this way, but I knew it wasn't going to happen.
Like I
And
said,
now
man.
and now and now recently, I mean, Mike McCarthy is out is off the board because he want to
Glad,
focus on next year or
thank you.
something.
glad, glad.
Mike McCarthy clearly would have kept like at least with Kellen Moore, this a young dude that potentially had options because he would have, bro. If they win a Super Bowl, he can stay and just become the highest paid OC in the league and just wait to the next cycle. So I feel like with Kellen Moore, them if he is the hire, I feel like them moving off Derek Carr, the odds is way higher. Like
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not about to attach myself to a 34-year-old quarterback that make this much money on a team that's not good. Like if Kellen Moore coming to the Saints, he coming with assurances, especially
Mm-hmm.
if they win a
A
Super
lot of
Bowl, all that
insurances.
like assurances. Like, look, we ain't judging because I want to tell y'all both. I don't know how you feel, Jerry, but I know I tell Marlo this all the time. With a new
Mm-hmm.
coach, for me, I was more of the guy that want the younger guy, but like
Yeah.
I was, I wanted a guy like when I was telling them if I was a candidate, like this is one of those situations where you can't really judge the coach on wins and losses till like year three because this is like this ain't gonna be a good team next year. Like they don't have a lot of they basically have their draft picks in the whatever players you consider good on the team. I don't think we have a lot of good players. I think we got like about maybe 6, 7 good players, but
Right.
like this a team where you just gotta like because you got an issue with the cap, you got an issue with the age of the roster and the cap, and then you don't have a franchise quarterback, and then he got a backloaded contract where he make $40 million this year and 50 the next year if he on the team. So that's why I'm more confident in them potentially moving off of Derek Carr as opposed if it was Mike McCarthy, they would have tried to like band-aid this thing, say, oh, we're close. When we know they're not close. They just using that the we're close argument because they play in the NFC South. But the Falcons is better than them. The Panthers was gonna be better than them next year. And they have more resources to potentially be better. And Tampa Bay way better than the Saints. So like they need to be operating from that level of like thought.
look what Lutu Smooth says. He says that offense is one of the most stacked offense in the NFL history. Kellen Moore not doing too much, to be honest.
I ain't gonna say he not doing too
Mm,
much.
I'm not
He
gonna say
doing his
that either.
job, but that is one of them offenses where like I told you, bro, the offense is the best. The 11th best quarterback in the league is viewed as the weak link on the offense.
My
Like,
thing
just think
is,
about that. But what I'm saying,
look what he did in Dallas, though.
but
All them touchdowns he had in Dallas, dog. That was crazy.
yeah, what I say with him though is he got an offense showing that he pass happy and he had the label of being real pass happy in Dallas. Like he like to
Yep.
throw the ball, throw the rock around. But with Saquon, look, he realized in Philly, look, I got this offensive line and we putting this running back behind this offensive line. Man, look, this about to be this about to be a Saquon team. We not about to go worry about making Jalen Hurts the MVP with the stats and all that, but this is gonna be a Saquon team. So he changed his philosophy. He ain't like a lot of the Eagle stuff is they just out talent teams, but they leaning into what I like about Kellen Moore is he leaning into the fact that man, we got Saquon Barkley in the best offensive line in football, and they know how to move. This gonna be a Saquon first team, and then a pass second team. And that's different. That's a different script from him
Hmm.
being straight up in Dallas. We mostly pass happy. But even in Dallas, the one thing before you go, the one thing I do want to give him credit for is Tony Pollard broke out under him. He didn't break out under Mike McCarthy. He broke out under him
And Cooper
when he
Rush got a
became.
winning record.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's whatever. But I ain't worried about the backup quarterback. But like I'm saying, Tony Pollard broke out under
All right, I
him.
gotta get out of here. I gotta get ready to get out of here.
All right, Jared. Thanks for coming on, man.
All right, man. Take
All
care.
right. All right. We'll see you later.
Yeah, Addison. I don't think we're gonna re-sign Chase Young. Unless he just we ain't gonna re-sign him. He could probably
I think
gonna
he
go.
priced out.
Yeah, he gonna price out and go somewhere else. Like uh, I wouldn't be surprised if he go back to the Commanders if they
I
take
seen
him.
it. I seen a tweet that talked about it. They's like, look, they said, I know how y'all feel about him, but I think that we should re-sign him again, especially if it's a 1 year deal.
Shit, like I say, man, just let him see the special man. Let him have him. They can have him, dog. Like I don't care about none of these players. Like it's only a few players that got on the Saints that's untouchable. That's Fuaga. That's
He's prop and this me a big Chris Olave fan.
I was
Fuaga
just
the
I
only
was thinking of
untouchable.
him.
He is the only true untouchable on the team right now.
The only thing about Olave, I was thinking about him. That's why I had that pause because them damn concussions, bro. And it's
Yeah,
like, damn, you got
I love the talent, but it's just by untouchable. It's just Fuaga. Like I've been telling people, I told people like 3 years ago. I said, bro, I think Eric McCoy like the like the fifth best center in the league, and people was looking at me like I was crazy. I'm like, bro, you just gotta watch the games. He don't have the, or like a couple of years ago, I said he just don't have the guard support next to him. He got to babysit Ruiz, and like we don't have a left guard, or it's Pete, and Pete wasn't good at the time.
mm,
And I'm like, if you watch the games, this dude can probably do everything, but like he get hurt a lot, so I can't even count him. But I would say them not, to me, them are best like players under 30. I'd give Elvin Kamara turned 30 this offseason. I consider him one of the five best players on the team, and I consider Fuaga, and then I consider Fuaga, Olave, um, McCoy is the best player on the team and I got Elvin up there. But after that, it's kind of hard for me to name a fifth guy.
that
Like
boy,
I'm
that
not
boy, that boy Wu said Breezy untouchable.
whoosh.
Breezy.
Brzee is not untouchable at all. Not at all. Look, I'm not trying to get like too down on him. The sacks cool, but like a lot of his sacks and his pressures was a lot of his sacks was off another guy pressure, and that's cool that he had 7.5 sacks. He is the worst run defender in the league. Like
Mm.
worse. That means something. He's a mediocre pass rusher. Like the pressure not consistent. I would rather him get 2 sacks on the season and be like 50% better than the run because he would be a better player. Even if he had 2 sacks this year and he was 50% better on the run, I would say he a way better player than what he is now.
And that's
Because
crazy
now
because Cam
it's
Jordan
just
was talking about that.
and Cam Jordan was right because that's Cam Jordan key into the Hall of Fame right there. Is the one thing I can say is all right, Cam. Now I thought it do suck that Cam was on this contract that he got. Cam was supposed to stat pad. Cam had about 122 sacks, 121. Cam was supposed to be he was supposed to be at 132. He was supposed to get he was supposed to stat past some sacks and like get 8 sacks and get 7 sacks or get 15 combined. And he ended up with get like 16, 17 combined to get to get to the 130 range. But the one thing you can't take away from him is he can play the run and he can play the pass. Now, he's a better run defender than a pass rusher, but playing the run is critical. Like that's why Chase Young not like that. He get pressure. It ain't the greatest pressure, but the pressure it looked like something on them charts when they count him on the stats. He undisciplined against the run. Like so he not a complete player.
Who said the whole defense team suck at the stopping the run. So,
Yeah, I know it's everybody. The guy who actually got the best, who got the best at it was probably who knew how to set the edge the best this year was Granderson, and that was what he struggled with early on in his career. But he a number two guy. I
yeah,
think
but you
Chase
can't
Young a
be
number two guy too.
yeah, but you can't be the starting defensive tackle and be just having that rating
Yeah.
that's stopping the run though.
Like I look, I ain't asking him to be like, damn, I'm trying to think who's some dominating run. I ain't asking him to be Haloti Nada or Vince Wilfork. But god damn, can you give me something, bro? Like we talking about it's them charts showing it's 230 dudes that lined up at defensive tackle this year, and you the worst in run defending.
Hmm.
Like that can't happen. That's why the same thing with Alontae Taylor. Like it's 200 dudes played corner this year, and you got the second worst grade of anybody, far as peer coverage. Like that can't happen.
Hmm. Justin Cash says Mason Graham next to him might help.
Yeah, but Mason Graham next to him would help. But Mason Graham go to being the guy. Like Mason Graham is who we built the defense around Graham. Like this shit, like Graham the son and everything revolving around him. That's how I feel. If you getting Mason Graham, like Graham is the son of the defense and everything revolving around him. Like we need that level of guy again. Like remember we had Cam Jordan and you thought Cam Jordan around like 2015, 2016. You was like, you can see Cam Jordan good. They just don't have a guy. They need another guy kind of on the line, or you need some guy in the secondary. Boom. You add Nick Fairley. Nick Fairley, now he had the heart thing, but he only played the 1 year, but you can see it. You can see it with Nick Fairley. Like, you got to add some more pieces to support because Cam Jordan at the time was the son. He was the son, and everything revolved around him. Then, boom, you add Lattimore, and he controversial, but Marcus Williams at the time, and that Cam Jordan go from being good to that's when he started making all pros. Like you build the defense around them type of guys. Like we don't have a guy on the defense that you can build around.
Damn, boy, just before the season started, this dude was so optimistic. Then them 2 games, you couldn't tell this dude nothing, boy. He thought he was going
Ooh.
to the Super Bowl. A little too smooth.
uh that's the guy that
Kellen
made the
Moore.
intro.
Nah,
Uh
that's he was on the show.
Hoodie Jew, I'm tripping.
That was Hoodie, but a little too smooth. He was on the show, but he was the most optimistic dude talking about Super Bowls and we gonna beat everybody. And I look at his stuff. Kellen Moore came from that Cowboys who had the best offensive line in the league, and the Eagles who had the best O line in the league, and he finna come to the Saints who had a worse.
I don't think the Saints got the worst offensive line in the league. Like I don't think it's I think your offensive line, this is how I view it. I view Fuaga as a young prospect with high potential that had a very good rookie season. I think you have an elite center. He just have to stay healthy. I give Ruiz a lot of shit. I think Ruiz at best is an average guard. If he can just stay consistently average, that would be helpful. But them three dudes are starters. They starters in the league. Like Ruiz is a starter. I think Ruiz can have a game. He can go. He can have some games where he above average, and then he can have some games where he like, damn, this dude suck. If he could just be average, that would make the line way better. And then I think Penning is a that's the guy that you got to scheme around. Like I got to scheme around Penning. I might have to chip here, chip there, or chip here, keep a running back on that side, keep a tight end on that side. But I think he's a below average player. But I think if Ruiz can just be average and you can get a average to above average or getting a left guard that can be above average, you can deal with Penning being the weak link on the line. But I don't think the line is far off. I think they gotta play with each other. I think a lot of it is we gotta get a left guard that is a good player, and we gotta get Ruiz just be consistently average. Don't give me a roller coaster where you look good one week and look bad the next week. Because I don't think the line is in the worst shape ever. I
Yeah, I'm
think
not worried about the line. I'm worried about the wide receiver core more than anything, and the quarterback.
Yeah, I have like because I think it's a dude. I've been watching him in the draft. Like the Saints like the Senior Bowl. If I had to put a guess on the Saints drafting a player, I'm gonna say they're gonna draft this dude from North Dakota State. His name Gray Zebel. Like his first name Gray. He played left tackle at North Dakota State, but he probably gonna play guard in the league. He lined up at the Senior Bowl. He didn't line up at right guard, left guard. He even took snaps at center. Look good everywhere. And it's none of that extra shit. He's just blocking everything that you put in front of him.
And the
So
crazy thing, we got people at the Senior Bowl, but these might not even be people that's going to be killing more people. Like we
I
ain't even
think
got our
that's
coach in place.
yeah, I think that's one of but I think the Senior Bowl stuff, the scouting kind of it is what it is. Like Kellen Moore gonna come in behind the eight ball with the scouting. Like if it's changed to the scouting department, it's gonna be after the draft.
Well, we gotta wait till after the Super Bowl for that. But
Yeah. I just
it-
what's your confidence in it being more? Like you think it's more right now or
my thing is this: how that Super Bowl gonna go? Because what if they win a Super Bowl? He might feel like, okay, I'm good. I won't stay another year.
I
My my,
don't
re-
think so.
my resume speak for itself. I could go anywhere I want. Or and he could roll a dice and have a potential Bobby Slowick situation. Or he might feel like, oh, we won a Super Bowl. I got my ring. I'm good now. Let me go be a head coach.
that
Or
money that
they
money
can
jump up though.
yeah, that
That
money.
money jump up. And I think this one of those situations where, to me, this is one of those situations where unless you hire a guy like Rizzy, because me, man, with Rizzy, bro, I'm throwing that nigga a throwaway to me, bro. He like a throwaway pistol, like personally. If I was the GM, but like if I'm getting Kellen Moore and I'm coming off Super Bowl, man, shit, I want like 8-10 million with this shit you got going on here. I want money. Like
8-10 million, 4 years guaranteed.
eh,
But let me get your two scenarios, and just give me your path to best best case scenario with each path. All right, best case scenario that Kellen more Tuddies turn us down. Best case scenario, Kellen more Tuddies, he accepts an offer. Give me your best case scenario path for each decision he makes. Like as far as him saying no, okay, where do we go from here? What we need to do, how we need to go about this offseason, and if he says yeah, what we got to do to go about this offseason this way.
I think if he say yeah, then you gotta go into it with what he want to do to get this team good, not for 2025, not for 2026, but good for like 2027 and beyond. So you gotta come into this with like a full plan, this is the Kellen Moore plan of not how we gonna band-aid this and try to win a bad division. Because I ain't trying to call nobody out, but I be listening to them bigger pods talk about like Nick Underhill. He'll be like he'll say, if they tried, they can win a division. Man, let's be for real. This team, Tampa, way better than this team. Like Tampa, the best player on this team would be like Tampa Bay. sixth best player. Like them teams, they got more talent at the top than you, and that means something. They got more blue chip talent over there. So like how you when you get Kellen Moore, if you get him, it's the plan is like how can you be sustainably good? Like that's my best case scenario in the plan. Now if he don't come here, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what they do. If he don't come here, the only positive I can spin out that if he don't come here is I feel like you gotta fire Mickey Loomis at this point because it's clear that he the issue. But I don't trust Gail Benson and them to do that. But like that's the only like possible thing I can think of. Because now you're gonna have to do a GM search, or you're gonna have to put one of them dudes. And I don't want to put Jeff Island should never be a GM in the league. Like you can just go look up his whole Miami tenure. He wasn't good. He was good the first year in which he was good the first year in which like Bill Parcells was like the VP of the team. He was good then. Every other year he was bad. Like he took a nigga third named Deion Jordan in the draft, a DN. Like that's why I'm scared of like what they draft. Like them dudes, he ain't no good. He ain't no good drafter. Like that 2017 trick a lot of people, but like I guess that's the only positive I can have if more decline is like maybe is that enough to get Mickey Loomis out of a job? But like because you can't sell me on Rizzy, bro. Like at all. It's nothing Rizzy can do here where you can sell me on that. Especially if you're gonna like quote unquote support Rizzy as a head coach, like you can't sell me on that. I'm not stupid.
What about Anthony Weaver or Mike Kafka? Saints was trying to wine and dine Mike Kafka for 9 hours. Got Mike Kafka on the back burner right now, trying to see if Kellen Moore trying to come step out tonight.
I think Kafka, he might be a victim of just being in New York, but I don't feel like he ready to be no head coach. Me personally, maybe it would be shocking if he was. And I feel like Anthony Weaver, you know what he feel like? He feel like Aaron Glenn. He feel like the Aaron Glenn of this process, where he not ready yet, but in like 2 years he clearly getting a job. That's what it feel like to me.
Yeah, it's his first time being a defensive coordinator too. So
Yeah,
yeah, you can have a year of success, but we want to see repeated success. So yeah,
hmm
probably too early for him. Yeah,
like I
man.
think I can see him being a coach next year if they defense look good. But you know how they be doing with them with we gotta say how they be doing it with black coordinators. They be wanting to do it twice. So
Mhm.
because like I watched Brandon Staley get a job because the Rams defense was good in the COVID year. And like COVID ball when it was empty stadiums, like that shit don't hit the same. Like so I don't know, bro. Like I think they gonna want him to prove it a second time, but I think Anthony Weaver he feel like Aaron Glenn. They just played defensive line while Aaron Glenn played corner. And he probably just like he like a year or two away from being an HC.
Got some people up in here watching still. We got 10 people in the building. If y'all like the content, go ahead on and hit the like button. If you're not subscribed and you've been watching the shows, if you enjoy, go ahead on and subscribe to help out the channel. We just up in here be talking about Kellen Moore. Can he possibly be a savior of this franchise? Come up into a situation that's a lot of people don't say is appealing. Can he just change everything around from top to bottom like Sean Payton did? Can he be Sean Payton 2.0? I already gave him the nickname of Kellen Moore, more Tuddies, Tuddy 20, more Tuddies 2025. I'm endorsing him. Make the Saints great again. 30 points by halftime again. I'm very excited for this off season. Whether we get Kellen Moore or not, like even if we get Rizzy, I know, that gotta have some type of positivity to it, because with the optics, with you getting all these coaches just not want to even come and interview with you, this is a bad look on Mickey Loomis. So either way it goes, Saints fan, we should be getting some type of answers. We should be getting what we want. Hopefully everybody could come to a common ground. Hopefully Kellen Moore will be a knockout the park if we do sign him. We all want Mickey Loomis fired, but at the end of the day, if he hire a good head coach, hire a good quarterback, that'll in turn be success. And if he could find lightning in the bottle again, I think everybody will be happy. I just want everybody to come together and be in harmony again and just have fun times again. Don't you remember that 2018 season where Alvin Kamara and Ingram and everybody on the timeline was in agreement, and everybody liking the quarterback, everybody liking the coach. It was
Sunshine and rainbows.
yeah,
You want to live
sunshine
that
and
again?
rainbows. Like I just want all that again. I don't want all these divisions between the fan base and all these sections and brackets and all that. Like I
Sneak,
just want
sneak
everybody.
dissing,
Yeah,
sneak dissing and stuff like
yeah.
that.
I want everybody in harmony, man. I just want everybody in harmony
Man,
and
I seen
everybody
people
happy.
beefing after week. I seen people beefing after week 2 when we beat the Cowboys, or week 1 when we beat the Cowboys. The crowd talking about you guys wanted Dennis Allen fired, and then it's like some people like they just won one game and they beefing and blocking people. Like we just all gotta get back on the same accord and the same track. And like I said, I look at it to be I'm trying to follow one of them teams. I'm trying to follow like a deep far as like a overall resetting of the roster. I'm trying to follow like maybe like from a financial situation, you trying to follow a team like the Bears from a couple of years ago or the Falcons in like 2021 where you have to like reset and reshape the financial thing. But I want the success on the field that the Lions had doing it. So like I said it, I'm not this year. I think it'll be bad. Next year, you should try to see some improvements. But like I'm looking at 2027. We just gotta draft good, get good players, all that. But like I said, bro, I hope it's more at this point. I ain't it. That's a bad. Like I know people be talking about. I seen a tweet and it's like if somebody said it's like I think y'all. It's like y'all got like a fetish for wanting to be humiliated, like a humiliating fetish. They're talking about what it would be so funny if Mickey tell or if Kellen Moore gets a Super Bowl and after Super Bowl the next day tells the Saints, I don't want to be the head coach. And like part of but I told my dad about that and he was like my dad he's like yeah son I don't to be honest I don't care if he tell him that might be good if they fire Loomis. And I mean if it got Loomis fired cool, but like at this point, bro, I didn't like damn near hype myself up for Moore to be the coach and them to reset.
I
So
didn't got hype, bro. I'm dog. You know it's bad. You know you
when
got
you
it
got
bad
hype,
when you looking for the glass to be half full and not half empty. Like, oh, Kellen Moore, you looking at this dude, you sizing him up like he don't look like a leader to me. But you just thinking about it like, let me think of anybody else that don't look like a leader that has success. Oh, okay, he'll look like a leader. He has success. He don't look like a leader. He has success. He's an offensive-minded guy. Oh, let me go check his track record. Oh, he had that many touchdowns for Dallas, the Cowboys. Shit, you just looking at all these things, And the Cowboys, when they was losing these games, they were losing off the defense. The defense couldn't stop the 49ers offense, But for the most part, you just looking for some type of hope. You're looking for some type of thing that you could just, say, well, on the bright side. You're looking for all the bright sides. I just feel like, if he could come and he could just get the offense, humming again, I ain't worried about us winning no division. I ain't worried about us winning no playoff game in the first season. Like I ain't even trying to put all that type of pressure on his back, but just make the team fun again. Have us believing in you again. Have us having faith in you again. Have us after your first season, we could say, I could see him winning a Super Bowl for us. Give him time. Dennis Allen, I knew he wouldn't win no Super Bowl. I knew it. I just knew it, especially after that.
how long it took you to know or to be out
Right
on
up,
Dennis Allen?
what broke the back for me with Dennis Allen was when he did the Jameis Winston that first year, and then that second year was really burnt my roof. It will really sent me over the edge with that Vikings game. That damn Vikings loss. When we lost to Josh Dobbs and no Justin Jefferson out there, but this dude some defensive guru. I said, man,
Oh,
hell no.
they got their ass whooped by a tight end. And because I had TJ Hawkinson in fantasy, and I watched him I'm playing and I'm like, bro, this nigga got 31 points for me in the first half. Like at a certain point, I'm like, bro, because that I thought last year, me personally, I thought last year was Marshawn last year being a top, like a peer top 10 player at his position. Even though I didn't rank going into the season, I didn't rank him as a top 10 player. At a certain point, I'm like, bro, can you please just put Marshawn on him? Because like you got Tyrann Matthew on him and Marcus May just get killed all game. I'm like, what an adjustment at. Like them people, they missing the offensive player of the year, and you haven't made one adjustment. I think when I was out on Dennis Allen was when I was out on the whole process. I think my breaking point was early. It was that game where we played Arizona on the Thursday night football, and with Andy Dalton, he said, just keep doing what you're doing. That was when I started tweeting all this stuff talking about, look, man, I was like, the Saints gotta blow this up because you can't go into this talking about what you're gonna do. You gotta start trading people. I had said they should have traded Kamara at the deadline that year. They should have strongly considered, well, Lattimore had got hurt, so we couldn't keep him, we couldn't trade him at the time because he had the kidney injury. But I was like saying you gotta start getting off these people, and like they did the complete opposite. Then you like because that we had played the Raiders that next week, and you hear we beat the Raiders ass 24-0. And all you hear is, Derek Carr might be the Saints quarterback next year. I'm like, bro, he couldn't cross the 50. What you mean he might be the Saints quarterback? And like, that's when I started that game with the Andy Dalton at the halftime. Keep doing what you're doing. That's when I started really getting negative, and I was getting blocked by people and cursed out. And that's why my bio now on Twitter said one of Saints for that I didn't want to fight because I didn't want this to happen. Like that's why it was people that was warning about this stuff like multiple years ago about how you got to operate the cap. Like
Is the
I
cap a
had
myth? Is the cap a myth though? Like when it
fuck no,
what you have
hell
to
no,
say
it
to
ain't no
the
myth.
what you have to say to the fans who like, man, it ain't the cap that
It's
coach
it's
is
a
not
it's
coming here
every
because the cap is Mickey Loomis, and they say it's not a myth because look at the year that
that's
we
what
was just
that's
behind, but we still trying to sign Deshaun Watson.
but it was a mistake. You pushing all this money forward. Like if they signed Deshaun Watson, it would have been even worse because now you're talking about his contract bigger than Carr. Like he basically had the same contract that imagine Deshaun Watson had the same contract Carr had because his contract in Houston was 4 years, 160. But you add 1 year to it, and you add 1 year to it, and then add this additional money, and then guarantee the whole thing. So like it would have been even worse. Like we would have talked we talking about like if they did that Deshaun Watson shit, we talking about like all right, bro, like it's to the point where like the NFL got to get in, got to step in. Like that's how bad it would have been. Like when I say people be having a tweets like I don't think the Saints gonna be good till 2030. Like that's the if Deshaun Watson was on the team with how they operate the cap and that contract, we talking about like 2030. Like that 2030 shit would be serious if he was on the team because then you talking about you don't got no draft picks. Like if we had Deshaun Watson, the receiver would have been Michael Thomas, and he played 3 games that year. Like, and then he wasn't the same player after that. So, like, we talking about like you don't got no first round. This will be our first time having a first round pick. Like, we talking about bad. Like, we don't even got like a. I ain't even a big fan of Brian Brzee, but like, we don't got a Brian Brzee. We don't have a Fuaga. Like, we don't have none of that shit.
Lou Too Smooth says no cap, you're not doing night shows no more. For the most part, I probably do a night show here and there, especially if it's like some uh breaking news and then happened some within the Saints world it just got to be talked about that night. But for the most part, I usually gonna be going live around the evening time, man. Nighttime, I might get back to doing some here and there. I know they got some night owls who be getting off of work or they be at work and they want to listen to the stream while if they ain't got nobody else doing a podcast. So I might get back to doing it, man. I'm gonna see what's up. Big facts. Pick up the QB you just beat the shit out of. Yeah, man. Derek Carr couldn't even cross the 50-yard line, and that's who Dennis Allen said he could win a Super Bowl with.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, Derek Carr is Dennis Allen guys. That shit ain't Kellen Moore guy. Like, Kellen Moore at 36. Kellen Moore at 36 in the Super Bowl as an OC in Philly, and he can go back potentially with that talent. Like he ain't taking his job if you telling him, look, I need you to keep Derek Carr, or that's your guy. Like, man, hell no. Like it's no way, it's no way. I try to tell myself, it's like it's no way this Saints hierarchy think that like you winning. You watch this whole playoffs and you think that you about to win with Derek Carr. Matthew Stafford better than Derek Carr, and he couldn't win in Philly. And it was snowing. And I know what Derek Carr played like in the cold. That shit would have been they beat them 28-22. That shit would have been 28 to nothing if Derek Carr played.
Hospital balls all around the snow. It wouldn't have been snow angels. It would have
Hey,
been
Stafford was, I ain't gonna lie, he was spinning that ball, and Stafford not even the same quarterback. Like I think they starting to overrate Stafford a little bit because of them winning the Super Bowl. Like far as him, because I mean, I think Stafford's still good, but I don't think Stafford like people get on here and say, Stafford a top five quarterback. Not no like the regular season do matter. Stafford is good as he as good as the talent around him at this point. Like if Puka and Cup don't play, Stafford ain't playing good at all. Like his numbers go to looking like it look real replacement level quarterback, like backup level. He gonna put you some yards up, but like he at like 18 touchdowns and 16 picks when them dudes don't play.
and that's another thing. Like I wonder who Sean McVay, who gonna be his next quarterback. Like, maybe the Rams might be trying to get Jackson Dart or Melrose. Like we're gonna have to see what's gonna go up in that division.
I can see them taking Dart.
Same with the Seahawks. They probably gonna try to go to move on to get them a quarterback. So
I like Geno. I ain't even gonna lie. I like Geno. I don't think Geno elite, but like when I be seeing, I don't know if you seen Bunny tweet when Kubiak went to Seattle. He was like he loved Derek Carr to go to black Derek Carr. I think Geno way better than Derek Carr. Like from a physical standpoint, like bro, off the fact, it's some stuff. Now Geno got a bozo gene in him. Like he will turn that bitch over if you give him the opportunity. He will do it. Like you say, I dare. He's like go like Geno, I dare you to throw a pick. All right, he'll throw it. But like physically, he can make every throw that Derek Carr can make. But then he got an athleticism to his fact. Like I seen Geno Smith under pressure and take off for a 50-yard touchdown run this year. Like, I do think Geno Smith is a good quarterback.
Derek Carr could run for 50-yard touchdown.
Shit, no, he can't.
But look though, like with the resurgence Geno Smith had, and with what he did with Dak in Dallas, some people probably feel like Derek Carr can have a resurgence with him.
Man,
It's gonna be people. It's people right now. It's people right now who had the Saints ain't just had the injuries. The Saints more closer to that 2-0 team than the team that we had.
that was fake. That was fake.
I'm just saying, like they got people who feel like that.
It's them people that be optimistic that still be on Mickey Loomis talking about he a good GM, stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Them type of fans, they're the reason why Mickey Loomis could still go out and talk like that. Because I'm pretty sure
that Saints forecast Ralph dude account like them accounts like that, bro. Like it's to the point where like, look, I know a nigga like me bash Mickey Loomis for everything, and I'm gonna continue doing it. I'm always gonna do it. I ain't gonna stop. When you get an op, you hate that op, and I hate him. So I'm gonna keep doing it no matter what happens. Unless we win a Super Bowl, I'll stop. But like it's to the point where like it be niggas that defend anything that Mickey Loomis did. Like, well, they had this idea. Man, some of this stuff, a lot of this stuff can't be defended. And it shouldn't be defended. Like, it shouldn't even be an attempt to defend it. And that's my issue with some of these fans.
Mhm. Well, shoot, we coming up on the hour, 40 minutes, man. You got anything else left you want to say about more Tuddies 2025, man, before we get up out of here? Like, and you got anything you want to say to the fan base, like, as far as, don't hold your breath for certain things, like, be careful not to just be thinking a certain type of way. Anything you want to just say before you get up out of here?
All right. If it's Kellen Moore, I think that'll be for the situation we in, where we done been declined multiple times. I'm not gonna count Mike McCarthy as a decline, but a situation like this, I think if we got Kellen Moore, fans should be they should be kind of hopeful. I'm not saying, oh, we gonna win the Super Bowl next year. We going to the playoffs. I think we're gonna be bad next year. But like I just feel like fans should be if it's Kellen Moore and it's potentially like a plan because everybody around the whole league know what's up now. They know that you gotta technically rebuild, you gotta reset. I just think that we should until he do something, unless he do something like crazy or do something to lose the fan base trust. At this point, we should just be patient with the hire. I'm not going. Don't go in here with these crazy expectations. In year one, possibly even year two, but we just gotta hopefully hope that it hit. Um, and that's just regarding Kellen Moore. Another thing I got as far as free agency. Fans, we got to be honest about the situation. Y'all got to stop naming some of these players that's free agents talking about. Well, I think the Saints should go after T. Higgins. We can't go after T. Higgins, man. We don't have T. Higgins. We don't have T. Higgins money. Like we don't got it. I think the Saints should go after Trey Smith. We don't got it. Like I think fans got to just be patient. We're gonna be able to spend money if they do this shit right. We're gonna be able to spend money in free agency. We might can get one good free agent signing, like an elite free agent signing, potentially in 2026. But in 2027, we're gonna be able to do something. Just be patient. And that's pretty much it.
All right, man. Thanks for coming chat it up with me, talking this Saints talk, man. Always appreciate you giving out your time. You're definitely a fan favorite on the show. People be liking to pick your brain and debate with you in the comment section. I see, it'd be a lot of people from the Saints Twitter come up in here and check you out and listen what you got to say, man. Despite whether they be activated with you on Twitter or not, like hate them or love them, you gotta listen to them. You like a Charleston White, man. But all right, man, appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it, man. I'll be back on later.
All right. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. I'm gonna go ahead on and get up out of here. Like I said, man, if y'all like the show, go ahead on and hit the like button and help the channel out. Go ahead on and subscribe. If you're not subscribed yet and you kind of liking the content, you've been checking your boy out, you appreciate it. Ain't that hard. Just go ahead on and hit the button. Last but not least, what I want to say before I get up out of here, man, this Dennis Allen era, bro, I just been real disappointed. I've been real agitated. I've been real upset. I've been real broken. I'm looking for some hope. And right now, Kellen Moore is looking like he's giving me hope right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing from what he's been doing with these offenses that he's been having a hold of as far as, the offensive coordinator. It's remained to be seen what can he do as a head coach. And that's if he come to us. We still don't know, y'all. It's not official yet. Everybody just assume it's a handshake deal. But the man could change his mind, even if it's a handshake deal. The man can always change his mind. But let's just assume that he's going to be the coach. And all we can do is hope for the best, man. That's all we can pretty much do right now. As a fan, you want to see your team do good, bro. Going into the season, at least, especially when you got a new head coach and he's going to bring a new philosophy, a new culture, maybe a new quarterback. You damn sure want things to start off on the right path. Like I say, man, I'm endorsing his nickname, More Tuddies. More Tuddies 2025. Make the Saints great again. Let's put up 30 points by halftime again. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Do y'all think he's going to come to this team? Do y'all think he's going to back out? Let me know in the comment section below. Go ahead on and hit the like button. Go ahead on and subscribe. And I'm out. Until next time. Who that?
We living in the spotlight, hit that light. No cap, no filter, we take flight. Saints on the rise, got that energy. Tune in to our podcast, feel that synergy. New Orleans pride, we never fall. Subscribe to the vibes, we bombard. Subscribe, hit that bell, join the hype train. No cap, no filter, we breaking every chain. In the heart of the city, Saints reign supreme. Live the dream, we living it clean. Yo, Payton, Camaro, run that play. Crystal lava flying, making waves every day. Take some heels, switch it up, always on the go. Cam joining the fans, putting on a show. The Mario with time, bringing that heat. Shaheen's got that speed, can't accept defeat. Subscribe, hit that bell, join the hype train. No cap, no filter, we breaking every chain. In the heart of the city, Saints reign supreme. Live the dream, we living it clean. So stay tuned, don't miss this ride. With the Saints by our side, we take